Hello everyone, welcome to Carrie's Crochet and Craft, and it's the new year and I'm super excited. I hope this new year has been better than the last 2 years. So I don't know, new start for crochet, kind of, in a way. I've been really focusing a lot lately on making stuff to sell. I have a lot of plushies, I have a lot of bags, a lot of stuff that I have been making to sell to others. And for a season anyway, I want to change that back to the olden days when I was making stuff for me or to give as gifts. I don't know. I think probably the next market event I have will be in May, unless one crops up between now and then. And as I already probably have enough to supply plushies for that event, I don't really need to be making anything right away. I do have some things that I would like to get a stock on, like those Oak and Marlowe mouse dolls, Bree the mouse. I do have also the store, the consignment store that I need to keep stocked as well. And I can do that well enough. It doesn't take me very long to make things to put out there. So that leaves me with, what shall I do now for the new year? I think for right now there's going to be 2 things that I'm focusing on. One thing is finishing all the whips that I have. For instance, this unicorn that has just been sitting with no face, no ears, no mane, no tail. It really wouldn't take much to finish this little gem. I even have some of the curls finished. I did a video about it sometime last year about making all these curls. So it doesn't take long to work these up. I just need to make them and then attach them. One of the hang-ups I had was that in putting the eyes on, you like shape the face, and it's one of those things where I'm always going to do it wrong and have to try it 10 times before I get it right, and that makes me not want to do it at all. So that's been part of the reason, part of the holdup. But this is just one of the whips that I want to get done. So I want to make that as one of my goals for the next few months. Finishing up a few projects that I just want to finish. The FFOs, as Dana at Wonderlust suggested we do in January. So in January, I'm going to do that FFO, fully finished object. Whip, work in progress, right? So I want to get some of these whips into FFOs. And so I'm going to be focusing on that, especially in January. So Dana at Wonderlust, it's Dana at Wonderlust Crochet. She didn't put it out there as a challenge per se, just kind of a theme to be able to work on in January if you want to do that. So I'm going to do that, Dana. I'm going to join you in getting some FFOs. So I have the unicorn. I have 2 of these blankets started, which if you've been following me, you know the the challenge I went through finding the right yarn. I have these started in 2 sizes of yarn. So I did this in the Premier Chunky. What is it called? I have it right here. Yeah, Parfait Chunky. So this is a size 6, a super bulky size 6, and then I had gotten, make sure I have all the right ones together. So this Afghan that I have, it's let me find it here real quick. So it's the chunky sheet pattern, and for each of these sizes of yarns I have the 4 lamb blocks done. These are hexagonal or hexagonal. Yeah, hexagonal. It's not pentagonal, hexagonal. So I have the 4 hexagonal with the white centers done in each of the sizes of yarns because I have that 6 weight. But then I have this, which was the mystery yarn that I was trying to figure out what it was. and I thought it was the Parfait XL, and it ended up not being that. But I finally figured out it was a Parfait Plush in spearmint and not in, I can't remember the name of the other one, sea glass. So these colors are so very similar. That's what threw me off. So anyway, so I have this blanket in the 2 different size yarns. I would like to get both of those done. So that's going to be high on my list to do as well. Another FFO, or sorry, another whip that I started, I think last fall with you guys. I was going to make this fashion scarf. And I still haven't finished it off. And my idea was to make a second, instead of one super long scarf, I was gonna make 2 reasonably long scarves. So I still have this and the second one to finish, so I hope to get that done as well, so it's not sitting inside my house taking up space. And I see a pair of scissors that have been missing for a bit in this bag. Well, we'll just stick it back in there since I'm going to take this back into the house so I can work on it. Get those scarves done. Let's see here. Another whip that I've been working on is over here on the bed. And this particular project has been sitting on my dresser in my bedroom probably for well over a year. Because it's one that I need to lay out on a bed, most likely a bed. I don't want to lay it on the floor because I'm doing finger knitting. So let me show you what it is over here and talk about that with you. So let's go over here. So this project right here is finger knitting using the Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee Fur Loop in Petal Water. And it's, yeah, I guess it's the color Petal Water. And it's this pretty furry pink, and it's the yarn that has the loops on it, so it makes it easy for finger knitting. So I have it rolled up here because I've just been rolling it up as I go so I can keep the working end at close range. And so I can't remember how many skeins I've gone through already. It's like 4 or 5 maybe. There's one end there, and oh, maybe it's been like 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I have like, I don't know, 4 or 5 skeins already put together. So I literally just have this left of the last skein I was working on, and then I have the one more skein. But for some reason I haven't finished it. And I want to get it done because this is going to be part of my luxurious cozy theme that I'm working on here in January, and I want to get this done. And I hope to have things listed on, I'll probably just stick with Etsy for now, but I'm going to be working on my own website, either on Etsy or on the Michael Maker Place. So we'll get things listed on there, but of course I got to get this done. So I'm going to work on this in the next couple of weeks. So I think there's one more whip that I'm going to show you that I definitely want to get done soon. There's a little more leeway in the timeline for this one, but in talks with my son, I need to get it done at least by this summer probably. So my last sorry, this was on there. This is a card that I got from my in-laws. Of course, some of you might remember I showed you I have a peacock collection over in the window there, and so this was sent to me. This was given to me on my birthday from my in-laws in 2020. So I brought that out here so I could add it to my peacock collection. Anyway, enough distractions here. So this blanket this Afghan I have been working on. I actually have taken quite a long break from making it, mostly because I have all of the granny squares done. So this is this is the, is it the Shandon? No, the Beach Walk blanket by Marion Mitchell of Wool Thread Paint. And I have it mostly done. And the only thing that's keeping me from getting it done is attaching these to the main blanket and then doing the rounds. But I need to put them in the order that they were made. But then I need to relearn the see, that's it right there. I've done this whole blanket doing the attach, you know, the crochet as you go, the attach, what is it called? Where you crochet and you attach the granny squares as you go. So all I need to do is refresh myself by reading in here how to do it, which it won't take long at all, to figure out, to refigure out how to do the attach as you go for the final round of these. And it'll be mostly done. I just need to do it. So yeah, I have all of the granny squares done, but I want to get them in the order that she has them here, and then attach them in that order, because I mean, it's probably, yes, I could do it. I could just grab one and put it on, but you know, when an artist has it in such a pretty fashion and where the colors are balanced, she worked hard to get those, it's focusing on my face still. She worked hard to get those colors balanced so it looks nice, you know, that's what I want to do. Even though I could just throw them all on in whatever fashion. But that's what's been keeping me from doing this. Plus, working on all my other projects. But after a conversation with my son, I'm going to need to be making this, getting this done within this year, for sure. So, if you don't know, I am making this as an engagement gift for my son and his girlfriend. Does that give you a clue? I'm so super excited. No questions have been asked yet, just so you know. But we've had a conversation. So, anyway, I have tons of ends to weave in still as well. The center part is all woven in, but this row of granny squares and then this row of the mini granny squares, I need to do all of those ends. And I just need to start attaching those as the final row of granny squares, and then it's, I forget how many rows of edging that we add onto that. Let me look it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 rows around the outside once I have the granny squares on. So this really won't take long. I just need to get to it. And then I can get started on one that I want to make them for their actual wedding. Yes, so this will be one of those projects that I am definitely going to be working on first. So yeah, in January, I want to get some of these whips turned into FFOs, fully finished objects. Maybe FFPs, fully finished projects. How's that? So I'm excited to get this done. It's been sitting in my house just waiting for me. I've been making sure to keep the cats from getting comfy on there. All right, so those are my plans for January, is to get these done. Oh, and I also have to work on this month, and I hope to get it done soon, is that third poncho that I was commissioned to make. So that's another thing I'm going to be working on. So that's it for, that's not it for my whips. That's it for the ones that I have right here around me. And I know I have more whips, but I'm also going to be focusing on projects that I have seen and I wanted to work on. Just projects that are inspiring to me. I want to work with the yarns. I want to, you know, it will probably even be stuff that I'm selling, not just for myself or for giving, but I have sweaters that I want to make, but I've been holding off making them, and mostly because oh, my brother's here. I gotta get going. Hold on. My brother's visiting for the week, part of the week. So anyway, it's I forgot where I was. Anyway, projects that I'm wanting to be working on, that I have wanted to, just like I was saying, work with the yarns. I'm trying to get back to where I was. Maybe I'll come back to this later. Anyway, it's going to be a time where I'm just working on stuff that I want to, rather than trying to make sure that I'm making stuff to sell. You know, I want to get more stuff done that I want to. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye.